Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. September's an exciting month. We go back to work, back to school, back to our routines, and here's the energy that will be affecting you. The tarot cards that will be used this month correspond with the astrology. They are the Two of Swords, which represents confusion and lack of vision. The Five of Cups, which represents loss and depression. The Moon, which represents emotions and the psychic. And the Seven of Wands, which represents holding one's own. Aries, the card for the first week of the month is the Two of Swords. Now, you can see that there is a blindfolded woman, and she's holding two swords that are pointing in different directions, and the moon is above her. This suggests there may be some confusion in the air due to a lack of clarity. So it's important to take a moment to look clearly at your present situation to gain understanding so you can restore your balance. Then you can move ahead. Now, as we look down into the astrology for the week, the month begins with Mars in Virgo in your sixth house of work and health, in opposition to Neptune in Pisces, and this is in the house of limitation and also spirituality. So you need to think carefully before you act, especially if you're going against the grain at work. And you make sure that you're not dreaming on the job, but rather follow inspiration on the job. Then Mercury will trine Saturn, that's the green line here, and this will connect the seventh house of partners with the 11th house of group situations and associates. Now this happens on the 4th. Now this can help clarify communications so you understand what you need to do to get ahead of the game. And then the week will end with Venus, again in the 7th house, square Pluto in the 10th house of status. So this is partnerships, relationships, and this is the 10th house of career and status. So it's very important, especially around the 5th, there is a warning not to challenge authority in the career area. So if someone has more power than you must respect that or get into trouble, whatever. Now, as we move into the second week, the card for the second week is the Five of Cups. Now, it shows a very despondent man, and he is not seeing the possibilities of the future. Now, there may be something very deep inside troubling you on an emotional level. You may be feeling a loss or a personal disappointment. This may be a good time to let go of the past and look in a new direction, because out in the future there is a bridge and there is a castle. So you might want to travel in a new direction. Now, as we look into the astrology for the second week, it begins with Venus right here entering into the sign of Scorpio in your 8th house. That happens on the 10th. And Venus doesn't really like being in Scorpio this much, so it asks you, though, to focus on your business and financial dealings with others, because this is the house of being intimate with other people and sharing energy. You can be highly intuitive, so listen to your deeper feelings, but do not mix business with intimate pleasure. Then there will be a big T square. You can see this big red T here, and that's going to be over the 13th and the 14th. And this is formed by the Sun, the Moon, and Neptune. Now this can bring some confusion that can affect your work and daily routines. So make sure you find some quiet time so you can sort out any emotional issues or fears that could affect your personal performance, especially at work. As we move into the third week, the tarot card is the Moon. Now, this card shows a dog and a wolf howling up at the moon and a crayfish exiting out of the waters. So it suggests there's a lot of psychic and emotional energy affecting you on a subconscious level. So you need to deepen yourself and listen to the messages that are coming to you from the subconscious or the superconscious mind. They may bring you some valuable insight into the future. And as we go into the astrology for the third week, there is energy disruption, and it is disrupted by Venus square Saturn. So there's Venus squared Saturn, and this is happening from the 8th to the 11th house of associates. So you may find that you have to be careful with intimate information, especially when you're dealing with groups of people, friends and stuff like that, or associates. You may find yourself being judged by harsh critics instead of friends. Now, the full moon on the 20th, and you can see the moon moves down here and opposes the sun, suggests you spend some time alone so you can recharge your spiritual batteries, because Neptune is here as well. So listen closely to your dreams and you may be given some deep understanding. And then there is a Mercury right here in the 7th house square to Pluto, and that is up in the 10th house, and that suggests that there may be some information exposed that can help you dealing with partners or public situations. But when you're dealing with Mercury and Pluto, you really need to keep your secrets secret. Don't go blabbing to everybody. As we go into the fourth week, the tarot card is the Seven of Wands. Now, this card shows a man holding his own against opposing forces because he has taken the high ground, you see? And this suggests there is a lot of energy around you. Some is combative, some is disruptive, and some is just simple competition. You can hold your own against the forces around you, but you should try to maintain your sense of truth and justice. Now, as we move into the astrology for the fourth week, it features Venus in the 8th house right here in opposition to Uranus in the 2nd, and this happens on the 23rd. Now, these both houses deal with money and intimate things, so you have to be careful with money. Don't mix it with other people's money without clear boundaries. And this also suggests that sensuality or sex may present some awkward moments, so be a little bit careful dealing with people. You'll be helped out by a Mars trine to Saturn, and this can help heal any misunderstandings. But beware of being too open, because Mercury, right here in the purple, will be going retrograde on the 27th in the 7th house with deals with partners or becoming before the public. So anything you say may be misunderstood or it could be used against you, so be careful. And the 30th brings a need for common sense because Venus will be squaring Jupiter. Now, both of these are pleasurable planets, so there is a tendency for overindulgence, and don't get trapped by bad habits. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I'd like to thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe because these videos are free and hit the little bell for notifications. And for a special offer, visit my website, internetpsychicreadings.com. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out.